Welcome once more, Chelsea fans. Estevao Williams is now on his way back to Brazil, Palmeiras, for his rehabilitation process. Recall that he had an injury playing against Manchester United, where Chelsea lost by 1-0, I think around April. And as such, what happened within that period was a battle between Brazil and Chelsea. A lot of Chelsea fans may not have known that there was a very huge battle between, Brazil and Chelsea for Estevao Williams. Brazil wanted a very fast recovery process such that, Estevao Williams will, feature for them in the World Cup. And Chelsea wanted a slower process that will give a better outcome, a slower process that will give a better outcome that will not cause a recurring injury process for Estevao, so that he will be able to play for them, in the coming season. And Estevao, being a young player that also wants to get the opportunity to play in the World Cup, saw the need for him to, hasten or expedite the process of recovery. And so they had a back and forth. The Estevao people and Estevao wanted the faster process, while Chelsea wanted the slower process. And that slower process, included surgery. The major process for that slower process was surgery. After surgery, then he will continue the healing process and then he'll come back to full fitness. But Estevao wanted a conservative method where he will get, faster recovery. And so they had the back and forth. Chelsea said, okay, go to Palmeiras, go back to Brazil and then do the conservative method. But then Chelsea was in full control of, the medical process that was going on with Estevao at Brazil. In fact, Chelsea sent a representative, a medical staff that was overseeing everything that was happening with Estevao at Brazil, while Palmeiras provided the equipment and everything, training facility for Estevao to do his recovery process. And then Brazil, in the other hand, was also monitoring the progression, the recovery process of, Estevao Williams. But then he had little setbacks and he couldn't meet up with the recovery process, and then his name was not, among the list for the World Cup. And he has now come back to Chelsea, had discussions with the Chelsea hierarchy, and is now moving back to, Brazil, Palmeiras, to continue the process of recovery. He said he doesn't want surgery. That is his own decision. He doesn't want surgery. He wants to go through the conservative method, that decision. So you could see a situation where, the club side is fighting for a player just to ensure that he is back in full fitness, and the countryside is fighting for a player just to ensure that he gets quick recovery and come for the World Cup. So it's a situation where, country and club will continue to fight. This has happened before between Chelsea and Eden Hazard and Belgium and forth. The same thing happened with Michael Owen with between Newcastle and England national team. So it has been a tussle between the national team and the club side. But the club side will always argue, why put a player through this process where he may, get into a very serious problem and then a longer duration out of play. So Chelsea fans, let's pray for Estevao Williams and let's hope that he comes back to full fitness and he returns on time to participate in the preseason games with Xabi Alonso. This is the situation with Estevao Williams. What are your thoughts? Let's hear you in the comment section. Share widely.